Good morning, everyone, our graduating students, and welcome to our career talk entitled AI am Ready for the Future. AI, your secret weapon in the Job Hunt Career Talk webinar. I am Paula Tuzon, a BS Psychology intern from the Guidance Counseling and Career Services Office, and I will be your host this morning. This career talk is a part of a series of career activities we have for graduating students to help us prepare for our life after college. Through this, we aim to equip you with confidence by gaining knowledge on how you can utilize the work opportunities available to you and to your maximum advantage. And so, without further ado, let us begin our program by seeking the divine intervention and guidance through an opening prayer, which would be followed by our singing of our national Filipino anthem.
Dear God, we thank you for all the blessings you have given us. We thank you for the opportunity to gather, share, and learn new knowledge in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker so that they would be able to impart their God-given knowledge to us all. May the speaker be blessed to bring his expertise to people who need it. May you also bless the participants of this webinar so that we may all be able to learn, and that after this event, may we be able to share our newfound knowledge and put it to good use, all in the spirit of your love and generosity. We ask all this in your most holy name. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, kailas ng silanganan, hanap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hiniyang, buwit ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisigil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilagang pula at awit sa paglayong minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig, lupa ng araw ng walhal, di pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To formally welcome us all in the morning seminar, let us listen to the welcome message of the Director of our Guidance, Counseling, and Care Services Office. Please welcome Director Maria Gracia Gallardo Gonzalez.
Good morning, everyone. So it's my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, our brilliant graduating college students, to this exciting webinar, AI am Ready for the Future. AI, your secret weapon in the job hunt. You stand on the edge of a new chapter, equipped with knowledge, dreams, and potentials. So today we explore how artificial intelligence can become your ally, your advantage, and yes, your secret weapon as you step into the job market. Remember, the future doesn't just happen. It's something we shape, and with the right tools like AI, you're more than ready to shape it boldly. So let's learn, be inspired, and gear up for the future where you don't just compete, you lead. So welcome again and congratulations in advance.
Thank you po very much, Director Gonzalez, for your welcome message. To proceed, let us get to know more about our invited resource person through the introduction of the guidance counselor in charge for our career development and placement program, who is also the guidance counselor of the CAS and College of Engineering, Dr. Andre Zel Enverso.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Our resource speaker, whom we fondly call Miss Maya, is the Learner Success Lead for Southeast Asia, Wadhwani Global Foundation. Here, she helps trainers deliver programs that equip young people like you with the skills employers are looking for. She is also a global mentor and a certified meta coach with the International Society of Neurosemantics, specializing in career coaching and skills development. She is also a certified learning and development practitioner. With over 25 years of experience in teaching, training, and mentoring, she is passionate about helping graduates confidently step into their careers, make the smart choices, and succeed in today's competitive job market. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Miss Amormia Jacoba Rosales. Miss Maya?
Thank you so much, Miss Anne, for that very generous introduction. I would like to welcome everyone who's here in the Zoom, and also I think many of you are streaming live, right, Miss Anne? So hello to those who are in YouTube, in Facebook. So I'm very, very privileged again to be invited by University of the East, the Career and Guidance Services. So for the longest time we've been partnering with you, and I just want to tell our dear students how lucky and blessed you are to be in UE. You know, I've been going around different schools, and I can say that the UE guidance office, a career and guidance office, they have one of the best career and guidance services in the country. I've been going around the different areas. Okay, so to begin with, let me just share my screen. No? So I've been given the task to talk about, actually I like your topic so much, no? AI, am ready for the future of AI. So that's a very good question, no? So this, actually, it was mentioned, this is your secret weapon in job hunt. But the truth is, it's no longer a secret, okay? Now, I want this talk to be interactive, but I know some of you are in the live session. So later on, when I have questions, I'll ask our host to read the responses or your reactions in the chat box so that I could also hear from you, no? So I'll ask later on our MC. So when I have questions, no? So in the YouTube link, please chat there your answers, and then I'll ask our host to share it here in the chat box, because or even live, because I don't want to have the monopoly of discussion. I will be happy and more than glad to answer also your questions later on. Okay, so let me begin by sharing my screen. All right. Okay, I hope you can see it. All right. So very, very up topic, no? I'm ready for the future. So that's a question. So AI as our secret weapon in the job hunt. Okay, just a quick poll for those who are streaming live or those who are with us in the Zoom, no? So raise your hand, okay, if you're feeling hopeful about your career graduation. Okay. Kahit di namin kayo nakita, or just give a thumbs up sign in the in YouTube, no? Okay, so if you feel like you're excited, okay? All right. Now, in the case that you feel, naku, parang I'm not yet that ready, no? So that's why we're here, no? So maybe before we dive in, I would like to ask, maybe our MC can help us here, no? Who among you here has ever asked ChatGPT to write something for them? Anyone? How about our host? Go to just to break the ice, no? So, what's the name of our MC? Can I see you again? I saw you earlier, but we haven't had a chat. Oh, there you go. How shall I call you? Polo? Mahar?
Polo is fine po, Ma'am Maya.
Okay, Polo, just a quick question, no? So, have you ever tried any AI, or you have asked ChatGPT for anything?
Yes, very very prominent po sa amin yung mga college students po, and
Okay.
for example, for essay writing po, very useful po ito in conducting or making our essay ideas or knowledge. It helps us. It's very essential in helping us create ideas in essay activities. So,
Okay, thank you, Paulo. Okay, so if there are answers in the chat box, feel free to share that later, no? So thank you for that answer. So there's no shame in using AI as your sidekick these days. So that's true, you can use it for to brainstorm for essay, for example, no? Yung iba nga, mas okay nga kayo, mas academic eh. Others, they're asking ChatGPT about breakup or as trivial as a birthday greeting. Babatiin mo na lang ng happy birthday sa ChatGPT mo pa. Okay? So we want to make use of AI the best way possible, especially in our career planning. Okay? So as mentioned earlier by Miss Anne, okay, so what I do is I help trainers deliver employability skills program across the region and even globally. So I'm currently a certified meta coach with the International Society of Neurosemantics, and I do career coaching and skills development. So my passion really is about helping graduates like you to succeed in the real world. So that's why I feel very blessed to be invited here because I'm here at your service. So please take advantage of this webinar, okay, of this seminar right now. And later on, ask question. I'll ask Paula to curate all the questions that you might have in the course of our conversation. So let's have an exciting conversation today about how AI will transform your job hunt and how you can use it ethically. That's very important, no? I'm sure you're right, Paula. You can use this in writing the essay, but we're not encouraging you copy it word for word, right? So let's discuss it later on, and then to find out effectively how we will win in job hunt using the power of AI. Okay, so today we are diving in the use of AI to your advantage, but in a way, okay, let me emphasize this, that's still authentic and human. Okay? Okay ba yun? So are we good with that? All right. Okay, it's just a bit of challenging because I can only see 14 participants in the Zoom. So I will need Polo to feel your temperature and energy in YouTube. So please engage in the YouTube channel. All right. So before, okay, we're done with this. So the question now, what will happen this morning? So this will be our objectives and flow. So here's what we're covering for this morning, okay? Number one is we will try to understand how AI is changing the job market because that has an impact on your job hunt, okay? Because the way we do job hunting during our time, yung time namin ni Dr. Grace and ni Dr. Ann, is totally different, no? Very different. In my time, na you will now see our era, I would really go company to company. Like, I would really jump from one company to another. Susuyurin ko yung Makati, for example, and then really apply. Now, later on, when the World Wide Web, okay, become worldwide, no? So we began applying online. But the tools there, compared to what you have now, are, I should say, very, very crude. Okay, looking back now, no? So we'll just type things on our own. We will proofread our CV or resume on our own. There are no resume writers. We do everything on our own. So ibang-iba, no? So for this morning, we will learn about practical tools in the use of AI for job searching because there's a lot, no? I will not be able to cover all, but I'll just share with you what I find useful, no? And then, of course, we will highlight the importance of soft skills. The danger of being too dependent on AI is that we begin now to not exercise our critical thinking. So that's a problem. When we become too dependent on technology, we become lazy. So right now we have what you call brain rot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that term. So brain rot is when you feel like your brain is no longer working, like you feel like you're a zombie already. So in fact, just to illustrate this to you, for example, during our time, we are used to writing longhand, right? But ever since the computer age came in, no? So we began typing using our laptop, our desktop. Now we're using our smartphones, no? People are now having difficulty writing longhand. Have you experienced that? Parang hirap na hirap ka na magsulat kasi sanay ka na mag-type, no? So we've lost that art of writing because we're so dependent on technology. Okay? So what else? So before, for example, photography, it takes a special person, no? Or even camera to be able to get a good shot. Now, with AI, you can actually come up with various pictures and then even animate it. You can do a lot, no? So things have changed, no? But at the end of the day, no, what companies are looking for is really people who possess soft skills. Okay? While AI is there, of course, high tech is important. We can never replace high touch. All right? So, towards the end, okay, our goal is to help you create your personal career roadmap. Okay, of course, with the aid of your guidance counselor. That's why we're doing this kind of seminar. Okay, so again, the goal of which is to help you succeed in your life. All right, now just a caveat, this is not a tech talk. Okay, I am an AI enthusiast, and our company, Wadhwani Foundation, is actually at the forefront of AI generation. In fact, just to share with you, okay, Wadhwani Foundation's founder, Dr. Ramesh Wadhwani, has been awarded by Times Magazine for his use of AI for social good. We create our own AI. Okay, so we develop our own generative AI. We have a tech company called AI Symphony. All right, so we are present in 20 countries across 3 continents of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And we are actually providing a free training on soft skills, which I'll share about later on. And also we're partnering with Dewey on that, no? So again, what we're talking about here is your career, okay? So again, this is not a tech talk. It is more of a life talk, okay? With AI on the side. So like fries on your burger. So that's our approach this morning, no? So if you want more talk on AI that is, really tech-centered, we have master classes. If you're part of the Job Ready program, you can actually look at the different talks there, and we have talks specifically for AI, which we use in many, many, many areas. No, not just hunting, not just job hunting, but we have AI for technology, AI for data visualization, AI for renewable energy, AI for organic agriculture, AI for healthcare management, and so on and so forth. We have actually hundreds of AI developed already. But for this morning, we'll just focus on AI in terms of your job hunting so that you will be future ready. Okay? All right. So I hope that's clear. Again, if you have questions, feel free to raise them up in the YouTube channel, and then Paulo and Miss Anne will also help me read the questions, no? You're right, Miss Grace. Dr. Grace said some students no longer bring ball pens or any writing materials. That's true, no? So right now, people are no longer handing ball pen, but wait, they have this, no? If you can see my pen, so this is no longer a pen, it's more of a digital pen that I use with my Samsung Fold, no? So ganyan na ngayon. That's true, I agree with that. All right, so let's dive deep now. Moving on. So let's look at the future of work first, all right? So one of the buzzword right now is the 5th Industrial Revolution, okay? So what is that? What's the 5th Industrial Revolution? It is where technology and humanity are in collaboration, okay? And not as competitors, all right? So right now, we see a lot of assimilation of technology into human lives, okay? Like, for example, in Japan, no? In Japan, robots can care for the elderly. I just came from Japan last week, okay? And our server there was actually a robot in one of the restaurants. So we pick our order, we talked to the robot rolled out, and then came back with our orders. Okay? So it's kind of exciting and freaky at the same time. Okay? But now in Japan, that's very common. It's very common. You can check in at the hotel with just an AI, just a robot. So there are no receptionists. Okay? So again, kind of fascinating and yet scary at the same time. So that has implication. But now we're looking at robots not as competitors, or we look at technology or machines not as competitors, but as collaborators. That's why if you notice, if you're using Microsoft, they call their AI Copilot, right? So what does Copilot mean? So when you fly a plane, no, there's always, another seat, if you notice. So it's not just one seat, there's another seat. You have a co-pilot. So you have the main pilot and then you have the co-pilot. So look at AI as your co-pilot in job hunting. Okay? So the goal of which is for you to utilize this tool to enhance, okay, or to increase your chances of getting hired. So that's the goal. So by the way, I have tons of dogs. So if you hear them, they're just very excited about the presentation. I'm a dog lover, by the way. Any dog lovers here, no? So you would understand, no? I have one Shih Tzu, two Shih Tzu rather. One is a Shih Tzu, a combination of Shih Tzu and poodle, toy poodle, and a Belgian Malinois mix. All right. So my dogs are mixed, so similar with us, we can actually be mixed as well. You know, being human at the same time being high tech. All right. So AI isn't just for IT. Okay, it's just for IT. It isn't just for IT people. It's now everywhere. Okay, from marketing to healthcare to legal to HR, it's everywhere. Okay, so we can no longer do away with AI. I know there's a lot of resistance before, but now AI is here to stay. It's similar to how the internet disrupted the world. Okay? It's similar to how Apple disrupted communication. So same thing with AI, it can only get better. But again, the most important thing is how do we use it as authentic and as humanly as possible. All right? Okay. So during the course of my talk, I would highly encourage all of you to, raise your questions later and also to share, no? So if you cannot, of course, because we're only a few here in Zoom, but in YouTube, please chat your question and then somebody will curate that and bring that to the discussion. All right? Okay, so the question now is, okay, Miss Maya, how do we prepare for this future, which is actually already here, no? So let's look at the top future ready skills, so regardless of whether there's AI or not. So these are actually universal skills that are being looked at. The first is empathy. Okay, so let's face it. No matter how high-tech ChatGPT becomes, it cannot offer empathy. If ever, even if it offers empathy, it's a fake one. Okay, when I say fake, it's not real. Why? Because they're machines. They cannot feel, no? They can mimic, especially Gen AI. If you've tried Gen AI, they can actually learn from you. Because Gen AI or generative AI is a learning AI. The more you interact with them, the more it studies you, the more it catches on with you. It can even copy the way you speak, okay? It can even mirror back your personality, but it's not real, okay? They're not you. And they cannot offer real empathy, like when somebody passed away and then offer their sympathy, they cannot. Only a human being can give that, okay? And then second is creativity, okay? Creativity is kind of hard to replace. I know you can be very creative with AI, but you still have to provide your input, right? Like if you want to generate pictures, if you want to be able to work on certain things that you want to improve on, okay? So the goal there is, enhance your creative skills, all right? But it will still come from you, not from AI. AI can probably give you some tips or some ideas, but the creativity would still come from you. All right? And the next is adaptability. All right? Technology, it can be very fast in terms of development. But when push comes to shove, it is us human beings who are resilient. Okay? Marami na nagdaan ng mga iba't ibang revolution. Not just industrial revolution. So now we have the fifth industrial revolution. So many things have happened, but we continuously adapt. So with AI, we will adapt. Okay, we are highly, highly adaptable. Okay, so quick question, and then I'll ask Paulo to help me here, no? For the people in the YouTube channel, no? What do you think? Okay, so this is a question for you, and I would like to know your answers. What do you think machines or AI will never be able to do better than humans? Okay, that's a good question. So what do you think machines or technologies like AI will never be able to do better than humans? Okay, please type in YouTube. Let me know your answers. I'll ask Paulo to read them. If not, you can chat Miss Anne in your group chat if you have one, or text them, no? So what do you think can we do that they cannot do, or we do better than them? Anyone? Okay, go ahead. Okay, so somebody chatted. Okay, curious to see if students will search ChatGPT. Okay, it's okay if you search through ChatGPT, but the thing is, okay, we'll discuss it later, no? So when you search from ChatGPT, I will share with you something later on, no? But it's okay. You can share your answer, whether it's from you or from ChatGPT. But we'll discuss that later. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, answering from YouTube, human emotions. That's very good. Okay. Okay, someone from here in the chat, it says, moral judgment and ethics. Okay, AI lacks an internal moral compass. It can follow rules, but doesn't truly grasp concepts like justice, fairness, or cultural sensitivity of other people. Excellent. Okay, so Brian, I hope that came from you, not from ChatGPT. But even if it comes from ChatGPT, it's a very good answer. Okay, moral judgment and ethics. It's true. Let's look at technology as something neutral. Okay, it's neutral, meaning it's neither good nor bad. All right? AI or any technology, okay, would enhance whatever is the character of that person. Okay, do you follow? So AI will enhance whatever is the character of that person. So if a person is compassionate, for example, and they use AI for good, it will enhance and even expound his or her ability to do kindness. But on another hand, if a person who has a devious character, who has an intention of doing evil and harming others, if they use AI, it will also, expound that ability. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Oh, so we have more answers coming in. So it says here, we are being compassionate and caring. That's true, no? So again, probably AI can mimic that, but it cannot mimic our being compassionate and caring. That's true. I like this answer from Erica. Genuine relationships and connection. That's true. No matter how high-tech AI is, it cannot replace genuine relationships and connections. Very good. So same answer from Brian. Authentic and genuine social interaction. That's from YouTube. Okay, that's true. It's hard to replace your best friend with an AI, Even if your best friend is an a-hole, you can, sorry for the word. What I'm saying, even if your best friend is not, good to you, it's kind of hard to replace that, no? No one's perfect, all right? We quarrel with our friends, but sometimes that's what makes our relationships even better. We get to know one another, we understand each other, we forgive each other. So that's authenticity, you're right. And then lastly, okay, yes, that's true, Diane, AI also makes mistakes. That's why if you look at ChatGPT, if you're using ChatGPT, at the bottom, there's a very, very thin line that says, check for, ChatGPT may have errors. Check for errors. Nakalagay dun sa ilalim. That's right. AI also makes mistakes. It says here, create art with soul from YouTube. So we have an answer from YouTube. You can create art, but without the human being beside it, the spirit behind the art, or without the soul, that's true, art will be empty. That's right. Kahit na gaano kagaling. Ang dami ngayong art generation, di ba? Digital art generation. Unless you're the one who authored it, no? For me, it cannot replace, AI cannot replace human art, whether it's digital or actual. It's true, no? Okay, answer in YouTube. Oh, I like this. Manual cleaning. Okay, and authentic and genuine social interaction. That's true, no? It's hard unless they have, now, well, the thing is, if you're following Boston Robotics, no, they have developed machines like dogs and horses. Now they're also developing machines like insects. So they can also do a lot of cleaning in areas where human beings do not want to go. Okay, but now you're correct, no manual cleaning. So thank you for your participation. I appreciate that. No, so please keep it coming. So good answer. Now, what I'll share with you now are some tools to supercharge your job search. Okay. So again, the goal here is to help you. Okay, not to replace whatever system you already have in terms of your job search. So this is to elevate your skills in job hunting. All right. So let's explore and meet your new allies. All right. So the first is the resume builders. All right. So I hope you have tried this out, Resi and Resume Worded. No, you can research this later, but just take note of this. I won't have enough. I don't have time to go through this, but you can explore this yourself. No, so Resi is also known as the AI Resume Coach. Okay, so you feed it with your resume, it will give you feedback. Okay, so Resume Worded is like a tough love editor for your CV. So it will give you, tough correction. So I suggest you combine the two, no? And also, please take note, our dear students, do not just make one resume. The mistake of a lot of job hunters, they'll just create one resume and then send it to everyone. That's a big mistake. Okay, so this is where I was telling you that you can use AI. For example, ask Resi, I'm creating a resume, for example, for a job in Procter and Gamble, for example. So you can craft a very specific resume, all right, and then put there the position. So before you feed your resume to your AI, do background research first on the company, align your resume with their objectives, okay, and look for the job description or JD that you're applying in, and then put that in the resume and then personalize it. Okay? So do not just let the AI do it, but you have to also co-design. Kaya nga co-pilot eh. You have to co-design your AI, your resume with the AI. Alright? Kaya nga resume builder, not resume maker. Magkaiba yun. Alright? So I hope that's very clear. Second is what you call the LinkedIn enhancement. Alright? So I would highly encourage you to have your LinkedIn account as early as now to build your network and also to build your portfolio. So there you have the Kick resume and the Teal, okay? So it is to add spice into your LinkedIn, all right? So we also have a partner in the foundation. I think they're also partners with UE, Jobs 180. They have the e-resume link. Okay, so you can also try that out. So you can also upload your video resume there. So what else? Practice mock interviews, all right? We have our own, I'll demo that later, but if you're not part of the Job Ready program that you is running, you can actually try this one. Udly interview or interview one up. So Udly is like a practice interview, okay? So what you can do is go online again, okay? And then it will help you prep up for your interview. So the nice thing here is that there's no judgment, okay, or eye rolling, and they won't ghost you like some recruiters. So the goal is for you to practice. So before you go to an interview, so you can try this out, okay? So what else? Okay, cover letters. So I've been often asked this, no? Do we need to have cover letters? The answer is yes, because that's the way your resume will stand out. All right? Because if it's just resume, it's very flat. It does not show any personality. Okay? And there's no voice, quote unquote. Ma'am, paano voice? Binabasa lang. So when I say voice, it's the tone of your resume. It's because the resume tends to be more formal and very, very professional. In the cover letter, you will be able to, give an insight more into your personality, or even in the way you think. Okay? So you can try Zeti, or better yet, ask someone to help you craft it, and then feed it to Zeti, and then once Zeti did it, personalize it, and then ask the person again to read it. Okay? So, pro tip, always review. Okay? And always personalize any AI outputs. Don't just copy paste. Okay? So again, that's a very, very huge mistake. No? Don't copy paste. And always check. No? So kaya nga, I was telling you sa ChatGPT, read the fine line at the bottom. Nakalagay doon, ChatGPT can commit mistakes. Please check for errors. Nakalagay yon. Maliit na maliit lang. But yun nga, kaya read the fine print, no? So ChatGPT is not the holy Bible. Okay? It's not the holy Bible of AI. So what we're trying to say, it's actually being tested. It's still in beta. All right? So hindi yung 100%, and it can have biases, no? What people would call noises. So meron pa siyang, kumbaga, ChatGPT only use whatever is being fed on it. Okay? So, natural, magkakaroon ng mga biases or hallucinations. That's what they call it. Alright? So, for example, there was one student, no, who drafted a cover letter using ChatGPT, no? It sounded great. Ang galing niya. So, talagang ang ganda ng pagkaka-format, but there's only one problem, no? The cover letter says he's applying for a nursing job. But the thing is, he's an accountant. Okay? So always check, no? So you know what happened. Maybe there's some typo or yung pagkaka-feed niya. So again, always check before you send anything, and have other pairs of eyes aside from yours. All right? So, question. Who among you here have already tested this or tried this out, no? And what was your experience if you have tried this out? Meron ba nakapag-try na? Are there any one of you who have tried any of these tools in your job search? Okay, if not, I would highly encourage you to try it out. And later on, I'll show you also in our Job Ready program. By the way, our GCCSO, they have access to that. So if you want to try it out later, no, because this is free, no, so we're giving this for free to our partners and to our learner beneficiaries. This one, itong mga resume, okay, again, caveat, no, if you want the more detailed version, you have to pay. Okay, so there's actually a fee for that. Nothing is free in the world of AI except in our foundation. So we provide everything for free. We take care of the licenses. We shoulder the user's license. So we pay for that, no? But you have to course it through the guidance office. You have to approach them for that. All right? So I hope that's clear, no? So please try it out. Go. Meron naman sila mga free this one, free trial, so you can also try it. All right. Okay. Now, this is the important part if you would ask me, no? The ethical use of AI. I know AI is everywhere. It's being used by a lot of people right now, and people will even deny they're using AI, no? And there's nothing wrong with that, no? In fact, even with this talk, I actually use AI. Okay, but the thing is, I didn't use the end product. What did I do? I personalize it. All right? So, do personalized responses, and anything that you will generate from any AI tool, please personalize. And when you use it for job hunting, please don't fake credentials or experience because the recruiter will know. They're very good at background checking. All right? And in fact, in UP, for example, they have a technology that they use wherein they can detect if a thesis or an essay is AI generated. I forgot the name. My professor friend from UP told me what's the name of that tool, but they will scan your work and the system will tell it's AI generated. Even the percentage, they will say it's 80% generated by AI. Bagsak na yung estudyante nun. Alright, I don't know if siguro Ma'am Grace can let me know if you have the same tool of checking. But even kung walang tool, just looking at it, your teachers know you. They know your teaching style, they know your intellectual capability. So kung bawa, you are talking na medyo bulol-bulol or parang mali-maling grammar, tapos biglang perfect grammar ka sa essay, something must be amiss, no? Meron kang ginamit na tool. So, do credit ideas when necessary. Do not say that you did it on your own. If you use AI, give credit, but say you personalize it. You customize it. So you use AI to brainstorm ideas. Alright? It's used for brainstorming. Parang binanggit kayo ni Polo, no? They use it to, help them craft an essay, but of course they also, do it on their own. So don't outsource your voice. Alright? Nothing replaces, when I say voice, it means ideas that come from you. Alright? Because what will happen? Brain rot. Hindi ka na mag-iisip. Ang pag-iisipin mo na lang palagi si AI. No? So, look at AI again as your co-pilot. Someone who will help you, someone who will assist you. And use it to enhance your story. Okay? Do not let it be your story. No? So that's the challenge sometimes in a technology-driven world. No? So there's so many noise out there. So now let's learn to be critical of the things that we hear. No? Is this story real? Okay? At the end of the day, the question is, how relevant is my story to them? And AI cannot do that for you. Okay? You're the ones who will communicate your story, like what I'm doing now. Okay, AI just provided me with the outline, but the stories come from me. The experience come from me. The expertise come from me. So in the same way, when you use AI in your job hunting, okay, again, the key word is being authentic. Being authentic. All right? AI is your tool, but it cannot give you the job. You are the ones who will close or get that job. All right? Because let me tell you, how would you feel, for example, if a company discovered that your entire resume and cover letter was AI generated? How do you think they would feel? Sige nga, even those in Zoom or YouTube, if you are the, let's say, the recruiter or the owner of the company, and then you see a very, very impressive resume and cover story, and then you found out it's entirely generated by AI, no edits, no personalization, no customization, how would you feel? What would be your decision when you encounter that person? Anyone? I hope I am coming in clear in YouTube. Sometimes I know there's delay, right? So, minsan nauuna ako. So, with that question, I'm sure if you are that person, no? And you see that this person that you're about to hire, okay, crafted the entire resume from AI. So what would happen is that they would definitely feel disappointed. And worse, they might not even consider you. Because for some people, okay, there are still some people who feel or who think that using AI is a form of cheating. Okay? While it may or may not be true, the goal here is what's your intention in using AI, especially in job hunt. Your intention should be to enhance, okay, your resume, but not to copy it word for word. All right? So the key word is to enhance. All right? So for the record, no, AI can actually write your resume. Okay, it can even write email for you. All right, but when you go to the actual job hunt, it cannot, bring you to the interview room. You're the one who will be doing that, and it cannot also read the room. When you say read the room, they cannot. AI cannot read the body language of the person you're talking to. You're the one who will do that, no? So let's say, for example, a graduate who is not really that adept in AI, but he was able to ace the interview. Not because of his or her resume, but because she was able to connect to the panel of interviewers. Like, for example, she asked, how do you feel about your company ever since we came out of this pandemic? And that's a very thoughtful question. And it generated meaningful conversation. Okay? So what happened is the person connected to the interviewer not because of his or her resume, but because of her skills in communicating. So the bottom line is still soft skills. The bottom line is still soft skills. Okay? So of course, aside from that, no, so make sure that when you use AI, it's just a means for you to open doors. But once the door is open, then that's when you will need to use your soft skills once you are being invited already to an interview. All right? So again, so when you're in the interview, you use eye contact, no? Soft skills. This is being taught to you already, no? Eye contact, active listening, no? Open palm gestures, empathy, they never go out of style, no? So let's make use of that. And again, practice, practice, practice. You can even use, as I mentioned earlier, to use AI, no? To practice. Once you are able to cross the door because they were impressed by your resume, now the real work happens. What's that? The interview. Okay, that's the make or break. All right. So that's why it's very important that you prepare for it. Now, the good news is, okay, soft skills still reign. So that's why I'm very proud to partner with UE in soft skills development. Because whether we like it or not, no matter how tech savvy you are, companies will still look for this. Okay? Again, AI can write your email, but they cannot read the room, they cannot interpret the body language. And this is where your soft skills will come in handy once you have been accepted for an interview. Okay? Remember, an interview doesn't mean that's already a job offer. It's not. It's just your first step towards impressing or creating that first good impression. So that's why I would highly encourage you, if you're not part of the Job Ready program, please reach out to your guidance counselors and they will be able to provide you access to this. So these are the soft skills that we are providing in the Job Ready platform. Okay, so we have introduction to employability, effective speaking and listening skills, self-presentation, self-management, professionalism, problem-solving, innovation, work productivity tools, and many more. So if you will take this course outside, it will cost you an arm and a leg. Training is expensive. If you want to invest in your personal and professional development, you have to spend for it. Good thing, because we're a partner with UE, we are giving this for free. So if you want access, just reach out to your guidance counselors. And if you are part of the Job Ready program, you will have access to this AI-powered learning that includes faculty mentor, my tutor, and my interview coach. Okay? So the my interview coach, the level is similar, even better than the ones I mentioned earlier. Okay? Because this one, we are the ones who develop, and at the same time, it will give you an evaluation. So let me just demonstrate this, no, so that you will appreciate this more. So what you will see here, there's a person from India who will be interviewed by an AI. So it will input, the person will input his preferred job, okay? Now, the AI will immediately detect the country and it will adjust its accent. Right? So if the AI will discover that you are in America, it will adjust to American accent. If you're in Britain, it will adjust to British accent. If you're in Filipino, it will also adjust in Filipino English. So you try it out. If you want to try it out, again, reach out to your guidance counselor. But here, because the person is from India, the accent is Indian accent. Okay, it automatically adjusts. So let's watch this, no? So the first is, if you have access to the platform, you go to the place and preparation, and then you start practicing with the interview coach. Okay? And then you enter your job role. So in this case, retail sales associate, okay, in the automobile industry. Click next. It will now generate interview questions for you. So you don't have to Google it anymore. So you can even be very specific. So there are questions here that are for retail sales associate. You click it and then you practice. So there'll be an avatar. And we encourage you to open your camera. So again, the goal here is for you to practice.
The automobile industry is constantly evolving with new technologies and features. How do you plan to stay updated on these advancements, especially as a fresher in the role?
See it adjust to Indian accents.
I will try to look out in the magazines to see what kind of cars are being featured. I also look out the cars on the roads. I guess I can also like to find out dealership about new models sometime.
Okay, so click stop and it will generate an evaluation. So after transcribing your answer. So there'll be different categories on this, no? So, and also a rating, a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. You need to score at least 4. All right. So you see there, it will give you different ratings on various categories. So you have responsiveness, okay? And then it will give you the strengths, weaknesses, and recommendations. And then detail, so the score is 2. So same thing, it will provide you with the strength, weaknesses, and recommendations. Word choice, so in the HR lingo, so this is the ATS, they actually track keywords that are relevant to that job. Okay, so I hope you're aware of that. And then avoidance of filler words. Okay, so those are filler words, no? So the overall rating here is 2. Okay, it has to be 4, so you have to practice again. So we recommend at least 10. So if you can see here, no, so they have, the person has different logs. It means it has been practicing a couple of times. All right. So what we encourage you is to practice at least 10 times so that you will gain that confidence. And you can ask or let the AI ask you various questions. All right. So I hope you will take advantage of this because this is something that will be very valuable for you. So the goal here is practice, practice, practice. So continuously upskill yourself. So speaking of upskilling, so this is my question. I hope people in the chat box will answer. No? So what do you think are the soft skills that you want to work on next for you? So which soft skill do you want to work on next? Can you please type on the chat box? So those who are in YouTube, let's get to know you. While I take my drink. So I'll ask Paulo and the other counselors to please help me read because I cannot see the YouTube channel. So what soft skill do you want to work on next? So maybe there's just a delay, but I'm waiting for some answer. I'd like to hear from you. So what soft skill do you want to work on next? Oh, okay, very good. So we have someone from YouTube. I want to work on improving my communication skills. Okay, very good. Especially in expressing my ideas clearly and confidently. I also want to develop better time management so I can handle tasks more efficiently. Excellent answer. Okay. Very good. Anyone else who would like to share? So what other soft skill do you want to work on next? Oh, networking skills. Excellent. That's very good. So we'll talk a little bit of that towards the end, no? Thank you for that answer. Okay. So by the way, speaking of communication skills, we are going to launch another AI tool called My Personal Pitch Trainer. Okay, if you're familiar with elevator pitch, let's say you met a recruiter and you only have 1 minute to introduce yourself. What will you say? So there's a drill on that. So it's a good combination with my interview coach. Okay? So again from YouTube, communication skills, professionalism, and leadership skills. Very good. Okay. So again, I would encourage you, please reach out to your guidance counselors how you can access to the Job Ready program so that you have this free course wherein you can develop more your soft skills. All right. Thank you for those who participated. I appreciate that. Oh, one more. Okay, from YouTube, time management, since many jobs require you to work on multiple tasks at once with close deadlines. That's very true. I cannot agree more. That's so true. If you think that studying in college is difficult because you have a lot to do, wait until you get a work. When you get a job, it just gets busier and busier. So that's why it's very important to take care also of our mental health. Huh? Okay, thank you for that answer. Very good. That's why if you can see here, number 10, work productivity tools, that's where you can use. We have a time management topic there. Okay, very good. Okay, so moving on. Again, if you have questions, we will have them towards the end. All right. But let me just finish this part. So let's now build your career game plan. Okay, so how do you go about that? So the first step, which is very, very critical, is to know yourself. Know yourself. Okay, there are various AI tools like 16 personalities or bias strengths or strengths finder. There's a lot, but I'm sure your guidance counselor, they also have their tools to help you with this. No? So not just your strengths, but also your weaknesses so that you can work on that. All right? And also discover what are your passions. So maybe you are in a course right now that you're not really passionate. How do you now transition to your actual passion? So just to share with you, when I was still in the university and I was handling alumni and placement, so I was surprised. There was one graduate of ours who is a nursing graduate and also a board passer. Came back to the university, and you know what she wanted to work on? He, right there, he wanted to work on? He wanted to apply as an architect student. So he wants to enroll in architecture. I was so surprised. I told him, hey, you are a nursing graduate, you're a board passer, and ang taas pa ng score niya. So why are you coming back as an architect? He said, because ma'am, being a nurse, that's my lola's dream. Because her lola, or his lola rather, took care of his tuition fee. But my dream is being an architect. Okay? So, natuwa ako para sa kanya. But at the same time, nanghinayang ako. Kasi ang hirap maging nursing, di ba? So, that's 5 years plus duty. So, para ka ng doktor. So, nanghinayang ako. So, I wish there was a chance, or there was a way for him to be, guided through that. So, hindi na nagsayang ng pera, ng oras, no? So, that's why know yourself. Now, again, another shameless plug. So, aside from my personal pitch trainer, we're also launching that next month rather, what we call our My Career Advisor. Okay, so that's the next one. So My Career Advisor is, again, it is not meant to replace our guidance counselors. They are irreplaceable. But the goal here is for people who are, who would want to just have an initial advice, no, like the one I mentioned earlier, na gusto pala niya architecture. So he could have been helped in communicating this to his lola, or to his parents, para hindi na nagsayang ng pera at ng oras, no? So the My Career Advisor will give you some input or advice how to, make career decisions based on your strengths and your personality. Okay? So very soon that will be available also in the platform. All right. Next is craft your story, no? So what's your why? What's your why? So your interest, your values, your skills. So this is where you can use the AI, My Personal Pitch Trainer. Okay, so very soon you will find this in the platform if you're in Job Ready. So what's your why? And if a recruiter or an employer will ask you, why should we hire you? What will be your answer? Or are you ready to answer? That's a question. Okay. Third is, okay, so this is very controversial, if I may say so. Clean your digital footprint. Okay? Clean your digital footprint and check on your digital presence. So we have what you call Google hygiene. So what is Google hygiene? Okay. If you have another device, I want you to Google yourself right now. Okay, type your name, Google yourself right now, and see what you find. Okay, what did you find? You don't have to chat because that's personal. So I just want you to Google yourself right now. Type in your name, Google yourself, and then what did you find? Okay, I hope you're doing that. So if you did not like what you see, delete that already. Because anything you put out there will be discovered whether you like it or not. So if you've done a TikTok video before that you feel embarrassed, delete that already. You check your Facebook, and if it's full of rants, especially on politics or religion or whatever, clean it up. Okay? Because you never know who will interview you, what's their value, what are their preferences, no? So make sure that your digital footprint is wholesome, acceptable, and ethical. Okay? So start it right now. I know you want freedom of expression, but when you're looking for a job, you have to be very, very prudent and wise. Okay? Especially in your digital presence. I hope that's clear. Okay? Second to the last, network wisely. So use LinkedIn, use Facebook wisely, use TikTok and Instagram wisely. I know you want those platforms for expression, but take advantage of social network. Kaya nga siya tawag social network. Kaya nga social media. We forgot the word social. Okay? The goal there is to socialize. But of course, socialize wisely because there are so many scams out there, no? So kaya gusto ko yung LinkedIn more than Facebook or any other channel, because for me this is the most professional platform in terms of networking. Okay? But, okay, of course, also in our own platform in Wadwani, we have also what we call Alumni Connects. Okay? Wherein you can connect with fellow alumni all over the globe in 20 countries. So if you want to participate in Alumni Connect and in forums, I would highly encourage you to take advantage of that platform as well. And it's for free. Because in LinkedIn, you have to pay a premium of 2,000 plus if you want to have a more premium access. All right? Nothing is free out there when it comes to AI, only in Badwani. I want to tell you that. Okay? So talk to and meet people like in real life. I know our tendency, especially after pandemic, we get so used to being behind the computer. Get out there, no? Socialize, talk to actual people, and I would encourage you to befriend not just your peers, but befriend peer and above. Okay? I hope that's clear. Befriend peer and above, because these people will help you in your job search. You know how I found my job? Everything through friends. I did not find it in LinkedIn. I did not use AI. Everything I was just referred by friends. Okay? And in fact, if you are referred by a friend and that friend is very close to the person who's looking for someone to hire, your chances are even much higher. Okay? That's where you will beat AI. Okay? So do not be so dependent on AI. So build your network, okay? Both online but also in real life. Okay? So there you go. So again, so we're almost ending, but I hope you will be able to, ask questions later and take advantage of this time. But I hope you're learning a lot, no? And again, the goal here is to help you succeed in your career, no? So just remember this, my dear UE students, no? UE warriors, you are your own brand. Okay, you are your own brand. So make it a strong brand and remarkable at the same time, no? And align it with your personal values. That's why you craft your story, no? So when people ask you about yourself, you know how to answer and you answer with confidence. And employers will pick that up. Oh, this person seems to know herself very well. Okay? I think he or she can be an asset to the company. So that's it. So I hope I'm helping you this morning, no? So this time we will now have an interactive Q&A. So again, the challenge is most of you are in YouTube, but I hope you will ask questions. But anyway, this is really for you, not for me. So let's open the floor, share your experiences, ask questions, no? So let me know if you have encountered any challenges in the use of AI when applying for a job like your OJT. So let's troubleshoot them together. So I'm now opening the floor for questions or comments if you don't have any questions, no? So you can share about your experiences with AI tools, or your questions about how to use them more ethically, or even your AI fails, no? Mas exciting pa kayo eh. So those are the best stories, okay? Promise, no? So again, use the chat or raise your hand or send an SMS to any guidance counselors here. So Paulo would help me out and the others, no? So there's no question that is too small. Just ask them. And remember, this is a judgment-free zone, okay? Judgment-free zone, unless you're still using Comic Sans in your resume. All right? But other than that, you're free to question. Okay. Anyone? Oh, that was fast. Somebody already sent question. Okay. So this is already the open forum part of the webinar. So I would like to now open the floor for questions.
All right. Good morning, Miss Mayan. Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Miss Diane Rodriguez, and I'll be mediating for the open forum. So before we start the open forum, I just want to remind everyone that this webinar is a safe space for all participants to share their thoughts. To all our students, let's be kind in sharing our ideas and opinions and listen with respect to the integrity of the information we hear from our speaker in this webinar. Let's remember that we have individual differences and that's fine. So I will begin with the questions from our pre-registration and then I will read the questions from our YouTube comment section. So you guys may now begin typing your questions now, but let me now proceed with the first question from our pre-registration. So, Miss Maya, the first question is, how do we ensure authenticity when using AI in job applications?
Okay, so again, the key is personalization. All right, so look at the AI as your co-brainstormer to help you brainstorm ideas. The goal of which is for you to start working on something. But towards the end, you have to personalize. You have to customize. You have to bring out your uh, your values, your personality, and even use your own language. Because if you notice, especially when you use ChatGPT, the tonality is different. When you read it, parang hindi ako ganito magsalita. Okay? So, you have to, again, customize it that will fit who you are. So, there are, sometimes when you craft a resume, minsan parang ang yabang-yabang ng dating, oh, di ba? Parang ang galing-galing. Pero pag kinausap ka na ng interviewer, parang hindi naman ikaw to, ah. So, the way to be authentic is to be aligned. Oh? Your resume is aligned with your personality, okay, with your languaging, with your background, and also with your level of various capabilities in terms of intelligence, in terms of EQ and everything. So it has to be aligned. So in short, the resume should only be just a reflection of who you are. Okay? Do not, again, that's why we're saying, do not let AI steal your thunder. Okay? So you should be your own voice, not the AI.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Maya. We have another question. What are the essential prompts that new graduates should be aware of so that they can maximize the use of AI for their future careers?
That's a whole talk in itself. So we have a training for that in AI prompts, no? But what I will just encourage you in the interest of time, and also I want you to try this out, no? So what will be the useful prompt? Because next month, the career advisor and the pitch trainer will already be available. And there's a tutorial there how to use prompts. Okay? Because it's a different training, no? And maybe the best way, of course, you can also ask AI for the best prompts. Marami yun. What I can say right now is you can experiment for now. So use active words. For example, instead of saying, help me make a resume. So that's very passive. So use an active word, for example, enhance this resume and add the following skills, highlighting the following. Okay? So it's got to be very specific. So the way you do prompt and the way for the AI to deliver what you want is to be very specific in what you want. Even in the tone. For example, craft this talk. For example, in my session today, craft this talk in a warm but professional and humorous way, using the language of university-age students in, okay, and then even mention the school, for example, with aligning with their mission and something like that. So ganun siya ka-detailed. So the reason why there are AI fails is because people do not know how to use prompts properly. Okay? So that's actually a whole seminar in itself. So you can invite me again next time and I can walk you through, no? But next month, if you are interested, you can try the personal pitch trainer and then my interview coach and also the career advisor. There are prompts there that you can use and even feed that in the other AIs if you want to. So for me, the way I use AI, I don't just use one AI. I use multiple AIs, no? And then I put them together, I curate them, I develop them, I personalize them. All right? So the prompts are just there to help you, again, deliver the results that you want, in the closest possible way. That's why you also have to be skilled in delivering prompts. So that's why we now have courses called prompt engineering. Okay? But even prompt engineering can be done also by AI, by another AI. Okay? So I hope I answered your question.
Thank you for that, Miss Maya. So we have another question. Do you believe that AI should be used as tools and not as products? For example, many people claims to be artists when creating AI generated drawings.
Okay. There's a very thin line between looking at AI as a product and a tool. Because a lot of companies, they're using that as both. Okay? It's a tool for them to create something, and whatever they create, they sell. That's the name of the game. It has always been like that. Whatever new tools, including the internet and including new tools that will come in. All right? So, in fact, if you have seen to the Japan Expo, you will be overwhelmed by so many AIs and robots there. They are tools, but they are now also products. So very, very thin line. Now, how do I answer that? It actually boils down to the intention of the people who are, number one, using the tools, and then using it as products. So let's take your example of this person claiming they created it using AI. It's a very thin line, no? How can you differentiate the two? It's actually very difficult. Like, it's the same case with para athletes who were, enhanced by robotics in their body because they are amputees. And then they participate in Olympics, and then they beat the regular the regular athletes who do not have bodily enhancement. But others say, hey, that's cheating. Why are you using those robots on your hands? But the person will say, but this is now part of my body. Because I am an amputee. I don't have feet. I don't have legs. I need to use these machines, these tools. Okay? And now that person is being used for product endorsement. So very, very thin line. Again, go back to the intention. What's the intention? Why are you using it? So remember when we mentioned about crafting your story, what is your why? Why are you using it? So is it just a tool, or you intend to create with it? Because we cannot really do away with it anymore. So like any other kind of tool, like a hammer or a ball pen or whatever, you use that to create, and then whatever you create, that can be a product. Okay? The keyword is that can be a product. Okay? In our case, we call it a product, but we are not using it for profit. So other companies are using AI for profit, but in Wadhwani, we use it to benefit learners.
All right, thank you, Miss Maya. So another question, given the impact of AI on traditional business models, how can future business leaders use AI to not only enhance their job search but also secure long-term career growth and adaptability?
AI is now being required in all businesses. So we now have AI, for example, AI in HR, AI in project management, AI in marketing, AI in legal, all aspects of businesses. Okay, so in short, it's now AI integration. It's no longer AI replacement. So let me tell you this, AI will never ever replace human beings, never, no? But people who do not use AI will be replaced by those who use AI. All right? So you can no longer scale business without AI. That's the truth. You will be left behind. And people are now scrambling, even big companies, even like Google, etc. These big companies, even startup companies, it's hard to scale without AI nowadays. So you've got to have it, or you will be left behind. So the key now is integration, and make it seamless and make it fast. Because in business, it's all about speed. Kung babagal-bagal ka, mapag-iiwanan ka. So that's why, even if it's not yet perfect, we already launched ChatGPT, even if it's not yet perfect. But they were the first one. No? They were the first one. So that's why they have the greater recall. Pero marami na actually iba't ibang ChatGPT out there, no? Which is even better than the current ChatGPT, but they were the first. So in business, speed is everything. AI is already here. Integrate, do it seamlessly, and do it fast.
All right. And for our last question from the pre-registration, what can you share beyond the limits or limitations of using AI for job hunting?
There's a lot. So number one, AI can only go as far as crafting your resume. But the interview part, you have to do it. Okay, so that's why I say AI will not give you the job. It will just open doors for you. Okay? But you have to walk to that door and you have to hustle. Okay? Kailangan mo magpasikat. AI will not do that for you. And that's a major limitation. Okay? So it can only do much. It can, it can make you look good on paper or it can make you look good on social media. But when recruiters see you face to face, what will you bring to the table? Okay, so that's the question.
All right, thank you, Miss Maya. Let me check if we still have questions from the YouTube comment section. It looks like there are no more questions, even in the chat box in the Zoom meeting. So thank you, Miss Maya, for answering the questions of our students. And thank you to our students who enthusiastically asked their wonderful questions. So that's all for our open forum. Back to you, Polo.
Thank you po, Ma'am Dayan, for assisting our students in gaining clarity regarding their points of concern. And also to Miss Maya for enthusiastically answering the questions of our participants. And of course, to the students for making this learning opportunity a fruitful one. As we proceed, let us acknowledge our resource speaker by presenting our certificate of recognition. Please allow me to read the citation. This certificate of recognition is hereby given to Ms. Amor Jacobo Rosales from the Wadhwani Global Foundation for being the resource speaker in the GCCSO webinar titled AI Am Ready for the Future. AI, Your Secret Weapon in the Job Hunt Career Talk webinar, CDPP 2025, Upskilled and Empowered. UE graduates level up, which is given this 25th day of April 2025 via Zoom and UE Manila GCCSO YouTube channel, signed by Director Maria Gracia Gallardo Gonzalez. As we approach the conclusion of today's career activity, may we kindly remind everyone of the following. Please help us evaluate our career program and activities by answering our online evaluation form, which may be accessed via the QR code flashed on your screen. For those who wish to receive their certificate of attendance, please be reminded that the form will be open until 8 p.m. today only. E-certificates of student evaluators will be sent to your UE email address beginning next week. Again, the form will be open until 8 p.m. only today. To our graduating students who were not able to join the Wadhwani Career Program, please be reminded that your career program via Google Classroom is open until May 9, 2025 only. Your participation in our self-paced career development and placement program is a requirement for your exit interview, which is set to start by May 13, 2025. Next week on April 29, we will have our Career Fair 2025 with a theme, Upskilled and Empowered, UE Graduates Level Up, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the SFC level. Different companies will be joining us for the Career Fair. Job Street, who will be collaborating with us, would provide free corporate photo shoot, so make sure to look your best in formal attire, and we highly encourage everyone to prepare your resumes and your best job interview answers. The SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig Fund will also be with us on the first day only. So for those who still haven't processed their government IDs yet for work, please join us for a whole day event and please take note of the photocopies you'd be needing to bring. And please head to our UE Manila GCCSO Facebook page for the complete list of company participants during the job fair. Lastly, on May 8, 2025, we'll be having the virtual career fair at 1 p.m. via the jobs180.com. So once again, thank you to everyone who helped make the activity a success, to the GCCSO team, to the participants, to our resource speaker, and of course, our university administrators. To end our activity, may we invite everyone to sing in singing the UE hymn.
Pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa kailan. Buhay, lakas, punong damay, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pamalan mo ay malhati, at sandigan ka ng pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal, pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa karimlan, buhay, lakas, tunog.
On behalf of the Guidance, Counseling, and Career Services Office, thank you for spending your afternoon with us. We hope today's Career Talk inspired you and give you tools that will help you in your future journey. May the Almighty bless your next step, and as always, go fight red and white. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and good luck with your future career paths. Thank you. We will be flashing the QR code again, so please make sure to take a picture and please answer it immediately.